Okay, goodness, that's white. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. So I'm David Johnson. I'm the CEO of Delivering Asia, and just wanted to speak to you a little bit today about marketing. We've had incredible learnings today. There's so much content from 7:30 in the morning until where are we now? About 5 o'clock. So it's been extraordinary. A lot to take on, but what to do with that content? What to do with that information? How can you market it? How can you help benefit for your businesses? That's really what I want to talk a little bit about today. All right. So yeah, Delivering Asia, we work with hotels, we work with wellness, we work with the branded real estate, we work with F&B. So we work across the hospitality sector, if you like. But just want to tell you one thing that we did. So a global network poll. So Delivering Asia, our clients are across Asia Pacific, in Thailand, in Vietnam, Indonesia, et cetera, et cetera. But we have a network of 21 different markets. So those markets are the inbound markets into Asia Pacific. So we put out a survey. So we talked to the country heads in those different markets, and we asked them one simple question. And the question was this: what is the new luxury? The results were quite interesting. I suppose what we found out that it was not about doing more. Cindy talked about that a little bit earlier, which I thought was interesting, and certainly in terms of leadership. It's not about doing more. It's not about bucket list travel anymore. So you'll have heard this expression, FOMO, fear of missing out. So from our research, our poll, it's not about this anymore. But it's not also about doing less. It's about doing more of what matters. So that really is the concept here. So there's the concept here called JOMO. JOMO. It's not FOMO, it's JOMO. So JOMO is the joy of missing out. Essentially what it is it's a sense of self-care, if you like. It's not worrying what other people are doing. It's about traveling with a purpose. So that plays into well-being incredibly well. So that really is what our teams around the world were telling us. So this is essentially what it is. JOMO is replacing the pressure of FOMO and reshaping how we think about travel, experiences, and connection. I think the connection part's really interesting also. We talked a lot about, it's not just about our selfish selves, if you like. It's about connecting with the world around us, and it's about connecting with the people around us too. So how can that really affect marketing? How can we communicate with this global wellness market? So first thing really that I'd like to say is that we start with the story. So as storytellers, we start with the story, and the narrative of wellness has really moved on to well-being. I'm not going to talk in too much detail about that. You've heard about that all day, but it really is about well-being. It's a much broader concept, and for hotels, for businesses, for F&B, wellness organizers, to really look how they can curate experiences to bring guests closer to the natural world. That is a story. So it really is a challenge for everyone to work out how they can do that. What do they actually have to do? You're in a hotel, for example, and you think, oh, I've got my product, I've got my spa. I'm not saying, you need to completely forget about a spa. Hotels, have had spas for 20 or 30 years, but it's more about looking beyond the spa. What sort of experiences can you curate that your guests can do? So, for example, we've heard about some of these things already. So, for example, you're finding a secret garden, a secret trail in a forest, a particular time of the day to go there. Is it golden hour? Is it early in the morning? These are unique and great experiences for guests to do, that they'll connect to your hotel. If you're hoteliers, they'll connect you to a hotel because you will be able to offer them that unique experience. Connections also, something as simple as going to a local market. People don't know where to go, don't know what time to go, don't know whereabouts that they should. So it really is a challenge for everyone. So this sense of well-being goes far, far further than just the than, as I say, than the spa, all these different types of experiences. So work out your story. That's really, really important. So then once you've worked out what you're going to say, how are you going to say it? So this is kind of one-on-one marketing, really. So you've got to work out how you would call how you're going to activate your story. And the most important word for you to consider really is this one here. So it's to collaborate. Work out who you can work with. Collaborations. So PR and digital marketing, which is our space, is I mean, PR. Okay, let's just take PR. You know, the days of the press release, the good old press release, putting it out to your database, you know, they're not completely behind us, but they are on the wane, certainly. You need to be able to collaborate. So, for example, a community that you can collaborate with. In the UK, there's a meditation community called Ascension. Why would you not want to go and talk to Ascension and work out, is there a way in which we can collaborate? They've got amazing audiences, and the UK is a huge well-being market, traveling to Southeast Asia and certainly traveling to Phuket. So that's something to consider. There's thousands of these organizations around the world, in Australia, in Singapore, all of these different places. Brand partnerships, that's another thing to consider. Look at the brands. I mean, you've got incredible local brands here. There's a guy called David from Slice I was having a really good chat with earlier. This is a brand really on the move, on the up. Find brands that you can work with and collaborate with them. In-market partnerships. Okay, content creators. Paul, you had an incredible session which had some brilliant content creators. It really is a secret. So you've got superb content creators in Thailand and across Asia Pacific. You don't have to bring content creators from the UK, but you use your content creators here, distribute their content digitally. So this is the secret of how to do it. Obviously, you've got your media icons too. Don't forget those guys. Don't forget your Bloombergs and your FTs and your Condé Nast Travelers. These are really important reputation building pieces for you in your marketing. So the last thing I wanted to talk about was, so you put together the stories, you put together the different activation ideas, partnerships, but then who are you going to talk to? So a couple of days ago, there was this survey out, the Happy City Index. Doesn't that sound nice? Happy City Index 2025. And what was interesting is that so Germany, Switzerland, UK, Scandinavia, Australia, Singapore, they're all in the top 20. Multiple cities, all in the top 20. And what that is kind of, there's an alignment there, because these happy places, these happy cities, if you like, they are judged on a certain criteria: environment, public services, green spaces. You know, for example, water's free. You know, drinking water's free. I'll tell you what, it'd be a really good idea for a hotel if they just put in a system whereby you could turn on the tap in your room and you could drink the water. That's what happens in the happy cities. So that's what happens here, and these are really the first base. So anyone who wants to talk about well-being, wellness marketing, who should we talk to? This would be the first place that I would go to talk to. Australia and Singapore also. So Singapore in the region, very close. So that's great. So that's really just a little bit of insight into marketing. JOMO is not about doing less. It's about doing more of what matters. So your story, work out what is going to matter, really impact those markets that we're talking about. What is the story that you want to tell? And they will listen to it and they will come. Okay, thank you very much. My name is David Johnson. I'm the CEO of Delivering Asia. Thank you.